Hello everyone, my name is Miss Bill. I'm a Primary 1 teacher here at Oakfield Primary School. Thank you so much for joining us here today for our Primary 1 Induction 2021. We are so excited to meet you and your child very soon. I hope you find this video useful and informative. So here are the Primary 1 teachers. There's me, Miss Bill, and we have Miss McElwain.
Hi everyone.
We're so excited to have a brilliant year with your child. Let's talk about starting school. So your child's start date will be indicated via your induction pack. Those induction packs will be handed out on your induction day, and a wee bit more information on that will be on Seesaw very soon. So during the settling in period, your child's school day will begin at 5 to 9 in the morning and it will end at 12 noon. During a lunchtime routine will be incorporated into the week beginning Monday the 20th of September, but the children will still leave at 12 noon this week. Then from Monday the 27th of September, the school day will end at 5 to 2. I would just ask you to be quite mindful of these times. They can be subjected to change just due to the coronavirus situation. We hope they don't change, but just be mindful that they may, unfortunately. Okay, so please note that all Primary 1 children must be collected by a responsible adult each day. Your Primary 1 child will only be allowed to go home with a different adult if this has been indicated to me or Miss McElwain or to our receptionist, Mrs. Craig. As term 1 progresses, your Primary 1 child will be allowed out into the P1 playground to have lots of fun with their friends from 8:45 to 9 in the morning. So our school operates a breakfast club. This is from 8 in the morning to 8:45 to 9 on a daily basis. Breakfast club is £2 per day and the last entry is at 8:30. Okay, so getting in contact with the school, I've got really important notes here in the next few slides. So please do not rely on your child to pass on any notes or messages from you. Please get in contact yourself. You can speak to us in the morning or afternoon, give us a wee message on Seesaw, give us a call. We really don't mind. We'll be happy to help you out and hear out what you have to say. If you would prefer to speak to our principal, Mr. McCluskey will be available, or even Miss Gilmore, our head of Key Stage 1 and Foundation Stage. If your child is bringing money into school for things like school dinners or something like that, please ensure that it is in a labelled envelope and it's the correct amount of money. So as mentioned before, we'll be using Seesaw. Hopefully you're well used to Seesaw from your child's nursery class. We use Seesaw on a daily basis to communicate to parents and to showcase all the wonderful learning that's going on in Primary 1. So your child's teacher will send you videos, photos, links, little reminders and messages all through Seesaw on a daily basis. So please have a look on Seesaw on a daily basis, and please have a look in your child's school bag for any notes or messages from us. But particularly on a Monday, this is when we would usually issue our fortnightly newsletter. And please let us know if there's any changes in circumstances that might have an effect upon your child's performance in school. Like I said before, we use Seesaw quite a lot to keep in regular contact with parents.
We would ask you please if you would use the Oakfield Community Centre to park your car whenever you're dropping your children off to school or collecting them at the end of the day. This is the safest place for you to park your car and travel up to the school. There is a pathway and a gate just at the side where our Oakfield Nursery Unit is. We would ask you not to park on the school driveway as it is outside of the school premises and it's on that busy road. There's a lot of traffic there, particularly at the home time and morning time of the school. And we would also ask you not to use our school car park because the children themselves actually would use that as a bit of a thoroughfare to make it to their school playgrounds, and it just saves a lot of anxiety or concern that there would be there. So we would ask if you would please use the Oakfield Community Centre car park whenever you're coming to our school. Of course, if you're wanting to walk to school, we would encourage that if you do live nearby. We have a lovely patrol person, Mrs. Miller, and she will more than happily help you cross the road with your child, both at the morning time and whenever you're collecting them at home time. And this is a great opportunity for you to teach a little bit of the Green Cross Code to your child as well. So break time then. This is a great time to stop our learning and to have a little bit of free form fun. We would have our snack in the classroom just before to maximise the time that your child will have outside in the playground. and the children will have different resources like bikes and trikes, skipping ropes and balls to play with, but we also encourage them to use their imagination and create their own games as well. So as I said, we will have snack in the classroom before the children go outside to play at break time, and this will maximise their time playing with each other. We would encourage you to consider healthy options, like an apple, another type of piece of fruit, a little box of grapes, perhaps a box of raisins, or even a cheese string or a frube. I know the frubes or fruit winders are quite popular. Yeah. They have 10 minutes out in the playground to play, and they would have their snack previous to coming outside. In the classroom, we would also then incorporate a toilet trail time and any time to have milk or water. If you would please bring in the snacks in their school bags rather than their lunch boxes, and this just takes out any little anxiety or concern or confusion that the child might have at snack time. And we would ask that you do consider healthy choices, but of course perhaps on a Friday you might want your child to have a little treat of some sorts. Lunchtime then. We have two options for lunch. We have packed lunches where the children eat in the classroom, or they can go to the canteen for a school dinner. And your child then can choose a school dinner from a pre-organised menu from the canteen. This goes home at the start of every month, and you then can sit down with your child and consider the options that are available, and then you can select. The dinners at the moment are £2.60 per day, but again, that is subject to change because it is directed by the Education Authority, but as it stands for now it is £2.60, and if it does change we will be in contact with you. So any payment then that is coming in for dinner money, what we would encourage you to do is, if you're wanting your child perhaps to take dinners on a Monday and Thursday, that on a Monday you send in the correct money in a labelled envelope, and you've highlighted then that the child wants to have the Monday and the Thursday for dinner. And that just saves any confusion, and also encourage your child to be part of that decision-making process so that they too are comfortable and aware of when they're having dinners. Any money then, if it comes to each teacher separately, this actually helps Mrs. Craig in the office and avoids any confusion when she's collating and tallying the money. If you could please send in the correct money in a named and labelled envelope, or if you're writing a cheque, if some of you still have a chequebook, I know they're not too frequently used nowadays, but if you do have a chequebook, please make sure the chequebook is actually payable to the Education Authority. So here's some photographs of our children having a packed lunch. Lunches are eaten in the classroom, as I said, and they have about 20 minutes to have their lunch. So just if you're considering a lunch box, just consider the options that you're putting. Perhaps a little bread item, like a little small sandwich, or pancake butter, or even some crackers, and then a yogurt, a cheese string, maybe a cereal bar, or another piece of fruit. And of course a little small drink of water, or if you want those wee fruit chips, they're quite popular as well. We just ask that you send the appropriate food in, and they don't have too much or too little. We would also encourage you to provide healthy food in a labelled lunchbox. Everything needs labelled whenever we come to school, just to avoid a lot of confusion, because there's going to be lots of Spider-Man lunchboxes and perhaps a lot of unicorn lunchboxes as well. We would ask also, if you please, would avoid the fizzy drinks and sweets.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about our beautiful school uniform. So as you can see, this is our girls' school uniform. Girls should wear a pleated mid-grey skirt. They should wear their green Oakfield sweatshirt. Primary 1 children, both boys and girls, have the option to wear a white polo shirt or a white long sleeve shirt with the green and white Oakfield tie. Girls should wear mid-grey socks or white knee-length socks, and they should be wearing black school shoes. Okay, so here's our lovely boys' uniform now. So boys should wear mid-grey trousers. They should wear their green Oakfield sweatshirt. As I mentioned before, Primary 1 children have the option to wear a white polo shirt or the white long sleeve shirt with their green and white Oakfield tie. Boys should wear black school shoes, and we would ask that they wear grey or black socks. So during the summer term, our uniform changes a little bit. Primary 1 children have the option to wear their usual uniform or our summer term uniform. So as you can see, girls may wear a green and white summer dress. They should wear a wee white cardigan with this and white ankle socks. Boys then have the option to wear mid-grey shorts alongside their usual polo top with their jumper, or a long sleeve white shirt with their wee jumper too. Okay, if you're purchasing a school bag for your child, school bags are not compulsory in Primary 1, but we would recommend them. They're going to be carrying a lot more belongings compared to nursery, and organising their own belongings a lot more compared to nursery. So if you are buying a school bag, I would ask that you're going to purchase a school bag that is big enough to fit an A4 folder inside. This is usually about 25 centimetres by 35 centimetres. I would also ask that you spend some time over the summer preparing your child how to open and close a school bag unaided. This is a really good chance to work on their independent skills. And we'd also ask that you purchase a school bag that has 2 straps going across the back just to support their bags. So for PE, we would wear black slip-on gym shoes, wee gutties as some people call them. A PE bag is required to store these in. As Miss McElwain mentioned before, please label everything: coats, bags, lunch boxes, shoes, everything. That would be really, really helpful, and it's good for the children's and organisational skills. We would also ask that you pack a wee pair of pants and socks in your child's PE bag, just for those obvious accidents that can happen in Primary 1. Okay, so here are some of our official uniform suppliers. We have Gary's, we have Cuddy's, and we have our Gordon & Son.
So the next few slides are just some helpful hints that we thought you might be able to use over the summer to prepare your child for starting Primary 1. At Oakfield Primary School, we want being at school to be a happy experience for you and your child. It's an opportunity to help develop that confidence and independence in themselves. And we ask that you maybe consider different ways around the home over the summer and throughout their P1 time, and that you can encourage this. Perhaps it's setting the table at dinner time, perhaps it's when they're getting dressed, thinking about when things are inside out or the right way around. Also then thinking whenever you're out in the shops, different things there, when you're travelling, perhaps looking for letters or numbers within signs. All of that is just useful and engages them with their learning inside and outside of the classroom. The next slide here is just a few specific activities that your child can consider that would really help develop their fine motor skills. So that's just using their hands for different things, and their gross motor skills. So that's using their feet or their hands to catch or throw a ball or to move around. And these are all very useful, and they're also very useful for their overall development. So ideas like going on bikes and trikes, especially now the weather is changing, dancing and singing. Believe it or not, playing with other children, but also being able to play on their own too for a sustained amount of time. Lots of talking and listening, and we're looking forward to hearing a lot of talking and listening in our classrooms very soon. Playing outside, dressing up, playing board games like Snakes and Ladders, Uno, or I've enjoyed quite a lot of those memory matching card games to do with LOL and Paw Patrol. Using child-friendly scissors and glue in craft activities. To help your children with glue, you can actually buy the coloured glue that allows them to see then where they're putting it, and that gives them a little bit more encouragement to help with their hand-eye coordination. Playing with beads, Lego, I know the boys love their Lego. Reading lots of stories and enjoying nursery rhymes together. Drawing, colouring, holding a pencil. Believe it or not, I know we've done plenty of this in the last year, but washing hands and using the toilet. And to practice putting on your coats and taking off your coats, and actually using a little tissue as well. We at Oakfield really do encourage positive behaviour, and we love celebrating it as well here. By the time a child comes to school, they should have learned the positive effects of good behaviour. And we get the children to focus on 3 main areas here. We encourage the children to be respectful of others within their school environment by listening attentively, displaying good manners and trying hard and doing their best. And we would have a monthly award scheme that would celebrate different children that are demonstrating this regularly. We do also encourage positive behaviour within our own classrooms, and we praise and reward them through stickers and stampers. And I know that Miss Bill enjoys using the dojo winners, and I would use Star of the Week, and other things like perhaps you might have a little friend over the weekend to go on an adventure with that could bring back on a Monday. But we do really like to celebrate that positive outlook and that growth mindset and great behaviour at Oakfield. So this one here I know seems quite straightforward.